I guess moving on because there's really not much else to add other than we don't like digital only
There you
games.
go. Yeah, there you go. This is the reason why. Um, we have a good article next though, Mike. We really do. Listen, I feel so bad for this person, but at the same time, it's kind of like, whatever.
We
It's
got
it's it's funny.
hooked.
It's funny. Yeah, literally. So this is coming from Game Rant. John Beneggi. No, it's not Spanish. Benelli. Alan Wake fan buys 4,000 copies of the first game that she can't even play. A huge fan of Remedy Entertainment's Alan Wake buys thousands of digital copies of the original game before learning none of them actually work. So this will be interesting. A devoted Alan Wake fan has bought 4,000 digital Xbox 360 codes of the 2010 game that are unfortunately unusable. The original Alan Wake was released in 2010 and has been a cult classic Xbox 360 title over the years. The creepy story of fiction writer Alan Wake being haunted by his own writings coming to life in the Pacific Northwest town of Bright Falls captivated fans with its unique and gloomy atmosphere. This also reminds me, I still need to finish Alan Wake 2, but that's a side note.
Yeah, you do.
13 years later, fans of Remedy Entertainment Alan Wake were treated to a long-awaited sequel. Alan Wake 2 was released in October with rave reviews, becoming one of the most well-regarded games of 2023 next to Baldur's Gate 3 and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Introducing a new protagonist alongside Alan himself, Alan Wake 2's Saga Anderson helped new players grow acquainted to the twisted narrative of Alan's world. Alan Wake 2 allowed players to swap between Saga's adventures as the FBI agent in Bright Falls and Alan's dangerous trek through the Dark Place. The sequel also took a bigger swing at survival horror with its Resident Evil-style gameplay and level design, compared to its predecessor's more action-oriented third-person shooter combat. One devout Alan Wake fan loves the franchise so much that she bought thousands of copies of the 2010 original game she can't even use. PCGamesN interviewed a fan named Alisa who purchased 4,000 Alan Wake promotional cards from 2010 for $240 on eBay, each containing a code for the digital version of the game on Xbox 360. After trying a number of the codes, Alisa disappointingly discovered that none of them allowed her to download Alan Wake, rendering the entire purchase useless. That's rough and tough. All these promotional codes and they don't work.
Why? That's the question. Why were they useless? What happened? The servers, probably.
And reaching out to Microsoft support, Alisa learned that more than decade-old promo cards that shipped from Finland, the home country of Alan Wake developer Remedy Entertainment, were likely never activated for use to begin with. One might deem the purchase as a bust, but Alisa has other plans for these Alan Wake code cards. In the process of producing an Alan Wake 2 fan video, she plans to use her abundance of Alan Wake promo cards as props for a scene. Fitting, considering many of Alan Wake's surrealist visuals portray thousands of pages of paper, either flying around or pasted surfaces. Alisa also expressed wanting to adorn one of the walls in her home with the promo cards. I mean, decorative piece, I guess. Just like smother them on a wall. I mean, might as well.
Yeah, I guess so. What else are you going to do with them?
She said in a quote, "I'll probably cover a wall in my room with the cards because that sounds funny. Also, I just really love Alan Wake." It's like, I'm kind of like scared, but also fascinated by someone's level of devotion to the world of Alan Wake. It's a great story, don't get me wrong. But it's just like, she just really loves Alan Wake, you know? Gotta give it to Alisa.
Yeah, I mean, definitely respect. It's kind of wild that, like, that's a huge risk, I guess.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate, but it seems like she has the right attitude, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's really not too much left of the article. They just talk about, we got DLC for Alan Wake 2 on the horizon, Night Springs. Little is yet known about the DLC. It's possibly more could be learned in this year's Summer Games Fest, which takes place June 7th. Mike, we're 2 months away. 2 months away, Mike. 2.5.
We're not far away at all.
A month and 3 weeks. Something like that.
This year's going quick, man. Going quick.
Yeah.
A lot of games on that list that just mentioned here that I haven't even gotten to.
Yeah. So anyways, 4,000 copies of a promo code, and it's likely they weren't even activated in the first place. That would have been crazy, though, if they worked. Like $240 for that lot, and then like all of a sudden you're just flipping them $10 a piece. I mean, making that money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Burning $240, she got it like that. It reminds me of like people buying unopened packages of Pokemon cards.
Yeah, like
from
Pokemon
like
TCG.
the 90s.
Oh.
Yeah, and then unfortunately they turn out to be fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame. But it's pretty it's kind of cool having the right idea of saying like I'll probably cover a wall in my room with the cards because that sounds funny. Also, I just really love Alan Wake. It's like okay,
Yeah, I
cool.
mean,
Hey,
I guess
make the
all is not
best of a
lost, right?
situation. Yeah,
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 I guess so. Yeah. I mean, they make good props too. If you're, sounds like content creator. So yeah, you can use them all. It's a lot of paper. So find a good use for it. I just thought that was really interesting. That I was just like scrolling, looking at articles this week, and I was like, someone did this. So I just looked into it, and I was like, sure enough, someone just really
yeah.
likes Alan Wake.
That's a fact. And it's always good to share a little bit of love for Alan Wake because that Alan Wake 2, what did they win? They won like 4 or 5. They were nominated for freaking everything.
Yeah, they won like best narrative or something like that. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they did well.
Yeah.
So very good take. And are they talking about doing a Alan Wake live action?
I don't know. I mean, it's interesting too because like the game kind of has a live action element to it, right? I mean,
that's what I mean. Yeah,
like it does. I mean, they certainly could expand on that world maybe more, but like in game itself, there's clear filming of live action. So yeah, it's really interesting too because it's like it feels almost like I think it used to feel kind of like cheap whenever they would have like real people in video games, but that was back when video games were like looked terrible. Like they had like 64 bits to work with, so they would impose these like film videos in. It was like really weird. Now it kind of makes a little more sense. But yeah, very interesting stuff. Do you like protecting source code, Mike?
I do. Sorry, I was doing one more check really quick about the Alan Wake TV series. Apparently, it's a TV series. They're working on it in the shadows. So possibly, possibly there hasn't been a lot of information out, so some people aren't sure if it's still in the works or not. But something to know.
Look, I'm at the point now, Mike, where I could just like watch every video game adaptation besides Halo. Everything besides Halo.
I'll give all of them a shot, but if the moment you get away from the lore, I'm not interested anymore.
That's what I'm saying,
it's
like
I'm a gamer, so if I'm watching it, it's because I like the game. And if you go off the game, I no longer care. So that's just how it is.
Mike, maybe you're not the target audience, Just is what it is, I guess.
Yeah.